Emotional damage.
All right, we're back. We might be able to catch this live. Here's our amp buy back on 1/6/24. 383 was about the average. It looks like we got a whole bunch, like one amp here, 174, 243, 144,000, 81, 14, blah 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 blah. Looks like it filled in quite a bit of batches. Some at 382. Okay, and all the way, so 382 and 383 was our fills. Let's go ahead and look at spot. Looks like we're, ooh, so close. All right, our sell is 4. And that's because it was more than 30 days old. It's not showing it no more under this. So it looks like we have 1,000,000 amp. That was how we got to that number back there. All those different fills. We're trying to get an 832 sell. Looks like 24-hour high was 832, just under 832 at 830. Like that's just wrong to tease someone like that. So on a 382 blend, and not even blend it, let's just call it 383. So let's see real quick what we're gonna get for gains wise real quick. That took a lot longer than I wanted. It took, let's see, 1, 2, 3. It took about 2 months. And heck, I might even get the sell right here. Hopefully I'll get it while I'm doing this math. Let's see. 832 minus, what did we say, 383. Okay, so 449 is a split. Yeah, that's more than 100%. So, I mean, technically, we could just take this off right now and take the gains, not even screw around with it. I think we had maybe $4,000 into it, so we're going to get back 8,662. It's not a bad gain. 449 divided by 382. So it's basically 118% gain. That's not terrible. Let's watch it for a second, let it develop, and then we'll reinvest that money. Let's go ahead and pop over while that's happening. And today is March 11th of 24 at almost 8 p.m. All right, so let's playing around the 8 line, might get lost. Just a little underwater on that sheep trade. Stuff off my watch list. So we talked about dumping this and grabbing something else. I think I have 17,000 in this trade. Something like that, yeah. So I have 17,000 in this trade, and I was going to dump it at 39 or 38. Let's see, what does it say here? 30. It just says, doesn't show me the canceled. Or does it? Nope, doesn't show me the other cancels for some reason. 33. So we're in at 33.91, so we're just slightly underwater. It's been higher. We could have got out with, you know, a little bit of gains. And then I got mad. I saw it was going up and getting, you know, setting up to potentially spring. And I think it's going to go back to about 45. So I saw him to 45.07 on it just in case while I was asleep. And I'm not trying to be greedy. If it got back to like 36 to 39, I think I was trying to sell 39.86. I don't know. Where is that disappearing? Where is it? It shows other canceled, but not this canceled. Let's just see if I can get that real quick. That's odd. I wonder why. Well, anyways. Oh, I know why. Because I didn't actually cancel it. I amended it. So it's an amended order. Right. So I had went into this, and I had edited the order, and I bumped it up, and I might bump it back down. But anyway, I don't need the money right now. Nothing's really running. So let's go back and see about what's on our list. Ooh, AMP is up 57%. Looking good. Jasmine's up. Tia's up. We don't have no money in some of those. Kui is getting close to break even for us. Thank the sweet 7-pound baby Jesus. Good God, I've been trapped in that forever. I never, ever expected it to go all the way down a cup and handle like that. I expected, you know, 1, 2, 3, and a 4th. Man, I was so sure I was getting out, but I was confident to wait. I was willing to average down. And I think in some other videos I talked about that. Maybe around 16 or 15 I was talking about it. And then when it got down there, I had money every other place. And I was like, nope. I got scared. I was like, ooh, what if it goes down to like 11? I started second guessing it, and I thought, you know what, I don't want to. I don't want to get in that far and have it tank. And I still kept expecting it to turn around, but that box there got real scary to me. Every time I thought the trend, like I thought the trend was going to break right there. It looked pretty good. Like, okay, it's testing overhead. It's on pretty low volume. It's going to, find support and then take off. So I expected, all right, maybe it'll take an extra month. And then when it kept tanking there and checking, I'm like, the volume is so low. The volume kept saying, like, it can go up. There's no reason not to. There wasn't very many sellers. There really wasn't any overhead resistance. It just kept fading. Like, it was super slow fade. And you can even see that whole time there, just, garbage volume. And it came all the way down and met the EMA, the 100. Pretty common. I was surprised that's what saved it on the daily. Every time it came back around to kind of test again, that's it. It pushed it higher. So I was like, okay, I feel pretty confident I'm at least going to get out at 3. I think we're in at exactly 3. Dumbest thing ever. I was going to bed and I refilled it. And I'm just trying to get out like 35.86. I was up a couple $1,000 a couple times, like we talked about. And that was the one time I got greedy. The plan was 5 to 6% trades, make you a millionaire. And everything was running and popping like this. And I'm like, I want to get 15%, whatever it was, 15 or 20. And I got buried. So I'm trying to get back to that again, where like AMP with some money, I put in extra. And I had planned on getting 100 because it was already retraced. So let's go back and look at that. So we got 1 green candle, 2. We should get the 3rd. Do I get the 4th into the 35 fill? Probably not. I'm willing to take it off a break even, but if I could get, I think I'm in at 20, so I'll get about 3,500 back, 3,400 back. But even if I could just get my 20 back so I can put it in something else, I would do that. But I'm also willing to look at the whole chart. And if all of a sudden this bad boy breaks out, and hits, 37, 38, and looks like it's going to go to, 5 cents, like I'm down to go again. Let's see where we at. Let's go back and watch AMP for a second. 783. Garbage. So it's a 54%. Looks like, oh man, 2/10 of a cent is what it's going to cost me. That's rough. Let's look at the overall chart. Let's back this out and see. This might tank. It doesn't look fantastic, does it? I think a lot of people might be looking at that right now and going, that doesn't look fantastic. But the overheads on it are 9. And what was the other? Back this out to the daily. See what I'm saying? In reality, this is why I did this with AMP. Because that box was years long, right? For the reset. I mean, it faded off into just rejection. I started watching over here when I started picking up, and the volume was amazing. It's already been sideways forever. I can see this going up to 5, I don't know, 10 cents realistically. I mean, this thing's got, legs to go easily to 12. And it can do it in one day, given the market. But I figured I could get 100% on this one. I don't have very much into it. It's not like, some life or death trade. It was just some extra side money I had. Nothing else was good. I wanted to hit 100%er at some point. Just psychologically feels good. So let's go back and look at that same comparison. So if you look at this giant ass box that did that forever and a day, it's going sideways. I started watching this at the tail end where I was already in it when it was popping. So kind of like rope-a-doped myself there into thinking like, oh, there was more faster, because the market was getting hot and AVAX Avalanche Network is hot. But it kind of already seen its pops, and there wasn't a whole lot of history. So that, fade off doesn't look terrible. When you look at it like this, you're like, oh yeah, you got your money back within inside of like a couple months. Like, that's great. But during that time, it feels really bad. Like, it's scary. Like, oh man, it could just totally go down. And what if I'm wrong? What if having doesn't matter? Well, all that shit runs through your mind. But if you just keep looking at the charts, so you stretch that out, so that box there that's flatlined is only a couple months, where, AMP is years. And even if this had done it for years, then I would have started averaging down had it got solid. But anyway, I saw what I wanted to see. Volume came back in. The expansion candles were pretty big. The effort to work was, equal. You got a giant volume candle. You got a giant price action candle. Same thing over here. Like that little one there that's kind of big, effort to work was fair. It just faded right off. There just wasn't enough interest. That could be what's happening right here too. it could hit 3 again, just like it did before, and just absolutely tank it. Hopefully, though, if it does that, I'll be in for like 2, 3, 4 months. And maybe 25 will stabilize. And if it does, that going sideways will probably net me more like, 5 or 6, potentially. So that's a real good layout. There's a lot of time in the middle to just build itself up, cup and handle. I expect it to check whatever the high was there. I do believe it's 39 something. Actually, I'm wrong. It's 37 and 36. That's what I was getting at, just under. So I can see it going around, 37, and then check back down to like 25, and then carry on. Carrying on, I'm definitely going to be in it. This is something I feel like I can get 100% gains out of. So if it came back to, 2.5, and I had $20,000, $30,000 lying around, if the chart still looks like this, I'm down to go again. Hopefully I'll get my money out of this. I could potentially get it out in 1 or 2 more days. But given how the past has looked, it could be 2 or 3 months. Because I don't really want to take it off at even or a loss. I don't really have any place to move it. So let's go back and see if AMP's gotten any better. All right, we're back to the 8 test. Let's see. So these on some HA candles. Looking pretty good. I don't see any reason why we can't even go to 883. Even 929 today. I mean, I may go again, but obviously I already have 100 gainer, so I'm not going to get greedy. If I sell it and it goes to, 20 cents later, like, cool. Good for everybody else. I'm happy to get what I get. And that's going to be, a little chunk for me. This potentially could have went the other way. It was saying that it's having some problems, and now it is having a little bit of problems today. And that's probably because it was coming up, pretty fast. The volume's there, though, if you look at it. Where here it's just, kind of trailing off and petering. And it tried to dump a few times. But even then, if you look at the overall volume, right there in that area, those red boxes, compared to the green boxes, that's the sell off. Like, it was pretty much drying up. It's the tail end of that entire run and pump. So I felt like I had a pretty good chance to get that 883. And I set it just over a little bit of 100 because I felt like, I'm asleep. If I get an over pop, great. If it falls off, that's fine. It's 6 cents a few times. I looked at taking it off. It was negotiable to me to do so. There was a spot, let's see, not that long ago, right there. And it got up to like, or right there, I guess. It got up to 6. And I thought, oh, it's so good. And that first candle looked good, second candle looked good. The volume was beautiful. 2 days it fell off. That's what I'm saying. The same thing can happen here. Like, you got like a nice big fat candle, nice big fat volume, right? They're kind of matching. And then day 2 just doesn't follow through with more volume. However, the price action candle is higher. So I feel like 8's the spot where everyone's kind of like, selling out at. So let's just see. And since I'm in at 383, straight 8 would be still, over 100. I don't really need those extra little pieces. I don't even know what that equates to. Maybe like another couple $100. In fact, while we're doing that, let's see if there's any place to dump this to. Is there anything going on? Let's look at the market. Let's look at the state of the market real quick. Been at work all day. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold too, sort of. Something allergies. I don't know. Oh, Sprank's allergies. So I'm not sick. It's just stuffy. Arrow. We talked about Arrow a while back. It was a new lister. I didn't like it. I like Velo though. But Arrow's actually turned out to be pretty decent. When in doubt, stay out. When it shows its hand, great. DNT. I did bury myself last night in DNT, and I made a mistake. I was expecting a third expansion candle, so I got a little excited, and I went ahead and got in too early. Let's see, I got in at 15.64. So I'm fairly buried on that one. Luckily, it's only like a $2,500 trade. I was only trying to make a couple $100 on it, and this is going to turn into something I have to manage. I really expected one more fat candle, so I'm hoping this will be a one-day retrace, people selling, a second day of retest, and I'm in and out. If not, it may run down to like 8, maybe even 4. If it goes down to 8 or 4, like, I'll just double up from the other sell, and then just try to get at like 6 or 7. So let's look at this off like 6-hour rips. So it's not terrible. The pullback, the volume is not, too too hectic. It's in line with a soft pullback. However, I think 12 and 11.5 cents is about where things should be, though, in line with stuff. So I'm definitely in higher than I should be. Now, I'm not going to be like, oh, 15's a spot just because that's where I'm in at. 11.5 is pretty fair. And it looks like the next logical is probably 15.62. I'm probably in way too much. But that's the box. I'm hoping it's going to stay inside this box and play and range and break out. Hopefully it does it quickly because those are all 1 hour candles. The next lower after that for compression. So you got this zone compressing, and I'm hoping for the same thing here. Pop up, consolidate, pop up, consolidate, pop up. Okay, awful lot of work for $500, but free money's free money. Let's see if we can get that money. All right, looking down at the 5. In general, it's just, fading off. That's its direction in general. It's just lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. It's got to find a stability spot. And it's getting close. That's where it tried to change trend last time. Just that was it. Couldn't do no more. There's the next spot above it. Got to clear that. Jeez. So if I got my money back at 15.60, I might clear at 16.71. 17.76 is a good year. And the max up at 1986. And what's the lower that we're looking at? 8. Also with a possible... That's a pretty tight box. A lot of consolidation there with an attempted breakout that didn't quite make it. But once it got over it, that was good. Right there, you can see like that spot there. Rechecked that last high it held. And that went ahead and shot it off. So that's probably like the real support. That's probably real support, actually. Let's go ahead and change that. That probably is real support. And purple, it's going to be our overhead. It's going to be what we're going to shoot for. Hopefully we can hit this a lot of times, right? That'd be great. So anywhere between 10 cents and 20 cents is going to be our playground. Our over the top box is actually above where I wanted to be. So our inside bands to work with are here and here for now. I'm going to try to trade the shit out of that box. And if it gets above that, then I'm going to try to trade the shit out of that box. Maybe hit this a few more times to be nice. All right, so let's get off DNT. What else is in the market? Amps hovering around 796. I don't like it. I think I'm probably going to take my gains, but I'd like to find something first. Power, I do like power. In fact, let's look at the new markets. Anything new? Nope. Stark still settling in. Mobile still settling in. Let's go to the watch list. Okay, Qui's on the up. Oh man, we are really close on Qui. God, man, that'd be beautiful. I want to see the 3 test. The 3 test pretty much tells the tale if we're going to go back down. It's like the groundhog seeing his shadow. If 3 hits and it rejects back down, then 6 more weeks of winter. If he jumps out and starts running around, then 4's in the cards very soon. Aurora. Yep, there's Velo. Velo's finally up to 13 cents. Power is up to 47. That underside of the 50 check is going to be dangerous for it. That's that half whole dollar. Honey bounces around quite a bit. It's a really good 10 to 15% trader. If you can catch it when it bottoms out, it always runs and bounces about 15, 20%, something like that. It's very nice. Let's see how choppy that is. That's just beautiful volatility in general. Let's go look at what we have laid out here. Beautiful volatility, but just absolutely scary, right? Because it fades off, it pops, it fades off, it, I mean, you're expecting to either catch here or here, but the one time it doesn't catch, it's just done. But you've got a chance to go realistically from 15 or maybe even 22 all the way up to 30, 36, and maybe even 45. I mean, that's another potential 100% trader if the market heats up all the way. Jasmine, as always, is a winner. Fort was running real hot earlier. It's like 55, 60%. I was impressed. Oh, yeah, that's a hell of a run. A lot of volume there to confirm. It's a good run. Wasn't just some bullshit. 17 million. That's on, 2 days, 3 days? So 20 to 46 run. You're talking 100% gainer there. catching a 5% of that's not that bad. Even if you catch it starting to run there, there's still so much more left. It's always nice to catch the pullbacks right here. This is the pullback I was looking for that next push in Qui, and it just, that was it. Too bad, so sad. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Fort's a potential spot we would put our money, but I don't like that it didn't hold right there at 30. I don't like that it's dipping under. Hopefully it's just checking below and trying to shake people out and it's going to ramp, but 30 to 46, logical. SEI as usual, winner. TIA. Oh, AIOZ. That's possible. I like the fact that it's already pulling back. Maybe it's resetting itself. Ooh, that does look good, doesn't it? We're potentially going. Better zoom way out. Oh, man. That's... Look at that. So you're looking at angles. Look at that. It's just headed straight for there. It's on the time frequency and the trajectory frequency. It is looking beautiful. 88 cents. Man, sexy. And like we had talked about before, if it got up in that zone, it was just all pretty much clear sailing all the way up. Let's see. Why can't we see anything further back? Because there's definitely more chart. Okay, there's definitely more chart if I marked it up. Nope, not true. Actually, I think we just said if the trajectory was right, that we would see $1, and if we did, we see 4 to 9. I have to go back and watch that video, and that's correct. That's what that trajectory line was there for. And so far, we are still on that trajectory line. Let's go ahead and draw that out. Because that is potentially, if it stays on trend, taking us. Oop, get out of here, bug. Nope, get out of here. Just go away, little moth. Yeah. Get out of here. Gonna try to eat up my jackets and stuff. Okay, so potentially, that's that thing. Like we got a nice fat pop, a little bit of consolidation, nice fat pop. Maybe get a little consolidation, nice fat pop. So you're looking at maybe between now and September, you could see $9 potentially. And of course, it could just break down back to 0, but so far so good. AIOZ is on our list for when we get like $100,000+ trade to try to take 100%er on that. Big time. Gosh, I'd love to ride big time from 50 back to $1, but I've already got some money in it. Let's see if it's still on trend. Let's go ahead and back out. Let's take a wide view. Beautiful so far. Excellent. Totally on trend. In fact, it's even on trend from the actual roll, the roll bottom, right? So let's see, we're actually grinding out of the hole. There's the hole. It's like the last day. And then volume starts picking back up again. We can even look at that. All right, there's volume there picking back up. Same thing, volume picking up. So those coincide, very nice. Let's look from the peak of volume back down. Oh, there we go, very nice. So pretty much that's about it too, right? So volume faded off all the way until pretty much about the time that it changed in those couple of days, picking back up. As long as volume stays rising between now and let's say halving, we should see $2. $2 is pretty easy to see. I think there's a potential to see 5. And 150 is probably the super logical. If it comes back down after that, probably if $1 holds, it'll somewhere hold around, you know, May-ish. If it stays on this exact trend, let's go ahead and pull that out too, right? That's about where you're going to meet an explosive move. Somewhere around May to June, if this just stays on the exact trend, right, and volume keeps going the way it's going. Volume kind of picks back up to like this, but it just keeps slowly ramping until it meets this other level. You will see it climb, and then all of a sudden it'll explode because it'll have an overhead cap that, you know, really isn't there because it's a new token, and it'll have a floor of $1 plus all this consolidation, all this history at that time. So big time, probably a $5 token, honestly. 539 is what we have marked off, so let's move on. AMP. Oh, we're getting close. Let's see. Come on, AMP. Come on, baby. Do it for daddy. Do it. Do it. Ooh, how close did we get? 8:30. That's because we have it on the 2 hours. Let's drop it to the 1 minute. So is that where the 830? That's where the 830 was. And you can see as soon as it hit a solid, I mean, this is 829 tops. That's 830. It instantly rejected it and gave it, a Sith bar. It doesn't like 820 either. And the volume's just not really there. It should be able to clear. I'm curious. What are we at? 33 million volume too, with a 504 low and an 830 high. It'll probably take a few hours to work this out. It might go all the way back down to 5, 6, between 6 and 5, and then probably work itself back up to 12. I can see this doing 100% twice today, from the 4 cents, 5 cents up to the 8, and then back down, check, and then 6 back to 12, potentially. So we may just put our money right back into this. We'll see. Come on, amp. You can do it. Let's go. This is what I do with most of my time too. Like I'm looking at the video and it's 25 minutes, 26 minutes. As you're watching candles form, like that's where good trading comes in. A lot of trading where I got stuck or trapped is because I had to go to sleep or go to work and I can't watch it. Where I'm actively watching this, if I keep seeing this, try 830 and fail, try 830 and fail, try 820, I'm just going to take off the 100% gains. That's fine. But as long as it's just, trying and meandering around this little line right here, like right there, you can see to the left too, where it's lining up. I don't really have any reason to have to get out. There's no, I'm in the gains. I'll just have a little bit less gains if I don't get out. But there's a solid floor there at 752. There's a solid overhead basically at 830. It's playing around between 7 and 8. Eventually it'll consolidate and snap off. In fact, I could even move the sell up probably, but I'm not going to get greedy. I just want to get out, get my money back, let the chart rest, and then get back in with my gains plus, just in case something else happens to market. BTC pulls back, we go to war, some bad news happens. I'm not trying to ride it back down to 6. So I want to lock in first and then go again. So we got some good trades on the right. Sizable, sizable sell-offs, 102,000 at 804. Most of the line crossing is coming in size towards the sells so far. So look at the tape on the right here. Spread is very tight. That's fantastic. We love to see that. Overhead's not too thick. Let's tighten it up and see where we are. So we're this little red dot here. So between us and there is some well, that's a big number. How much USD? 183,000 between us and our sell. So 183,000 from the 33 million over 24 hours. We're good to go. So we're about to get our closeout right now. Looking like it's about to pop in one candle. However, there may be someone sitting thick at 830. And is there? No. It looks like they've backed off. If I wanted to, I could probably go 829 and probably absolutely guarantee getting out, because it'll probably try 829, 830 if it's going to reject. And if not, it's going to blast through, and I'm going to look back and be like, well, I should have set it at 12, because it's, it's either going to blast through or get rejected. So let's just watch. Exciting times. I love watching the tape. It tells you what people do psychologically. You have to ask yourself, why do all these people just all of a sudden sell at 810? Why'd they cross over? This chart's not good enough. They have a lot of gains. What do they need their money for? And then you got to ask too, why are these guys buying? Like, what's, where do they think it's really going? If they see it's already up 60% today, what are they looking at? Are they looking at this? And they're like, dude, it could go back to like right there. Well, that's not that much meat on the bone, but they're probably looking at this going, man, it could go to 12 cents. So they're looking at, a 10x. All right, let's drop back down. Let's go to the 1 minuter. A lot of battle right around 8, but it's good because it's all over 8. Let's go back to these. That's looking pretty decent. Pretty decent. My dinner's sitting here getting cold. Got a nice chili relleno and some chili verde. Alright, so we just need a small flash to the top. And we're not that far away still. 260,000. A lot of 808s. There's a lot of volume sells, though, that outpace the buys. Quartz is up 60 cents today. Like right there, that flashed up to 8.15. That got close. It's probably people taking gains from down below because they're taking it in weird chunks. Like 54, 12,000. You know, the other guy's buying some odd chunks too, 32,000. We're like, that's more normal, like 577, 712. Like, that's someone that had to really think it out. What are we at? The highs, 816. Go ahead and flash back to regular candles. There we go. Come on, amp. You are a winner. You are a winner. Winner, winner, winner. Come on, Daddy needs some new shoes. New shoes money, baby. New shoes money. I really should do the math real quick and figure out how much extra we're making by not just closing this trade out and just going to go eat dinner. What is the difference of the tenths of the cent? It's got to be a joke, honestly. I can't even do the math on that. It's not even worth my time. It's just too low. It's probably, what, 3% more? Like off the top of my head, doing conversions and decimals. So 3% of maybe... 3% of 4,000. Yeah, it's a couple $100. Oh, someone's selling off. Look at that tape. That's why I like to watch the tape. That tape's turning. If it hits 8 and just starts getting nasty, we'll probably get out. Couple of holding candles though that hold though. There you go. Flash right back up to 816. So someone's taking their time. They're waiting until it loads up so they can nail the bid. Someone's getting antsy though and crossing, but there's definitely a buyer. So let's go ahead and spread this back out. So between us and them, not much. That is an exciting battle right there. I mean, that's better than watching football, basketball, baseball. I mean, that's a real fight. That's between two regular people trying to get their gains and get better positions and jockeying. Like, oh, that's so much fun to watch. If you go watch horse races, same thing. It's kind of like that. People jockeying for position first or second, trying to use a little strategy, trying to come in first. Everyone's trying to come in first here, obviously, but not everybody can come in first. So when you win, it feels good. All right, tape's getting a little faster, speeding up. A lot of 812, 811, 813, but no real size. Bunch of sub 20,000 crap. Okay, there we go, 120. Okay, 120.18 makes us feel a little better. Didn't really chip away at it too much. Let's pull this up. What do we got down below for support? All the way down to 792 is pretty thick, so in general, we are looking really good. 815 starting to become the norm. They've been chipping away at that overhead. There's only, let's see, 815's got about, oh, someone's stepping on it. Someone just reloaded 989,000. Oh, that's not cool. So there's definitely a hidden seller. He's not exactly in the books. He's stepping in here and there. He's selling lots. They've probably got at least they're smart. They're not going to kill the run instantly just by dumping all of it on there. It's not some rookie trader. It's someone that's probably got a multi-million-dollar position. And every couple minutes they're dropping, $20,000, $30,000 a lock in. And then as soon as they start to tank the tape, they're backing off. So I do like what I see. 817. So they're probably trying to get somewhere between 790 and 850 is what they're looking for. There we go. And they're probably worried about the 830. Other people stepping in front. That's probably why they're stepping on 820 and below. Better take a little less gains than to get no gains. But we'll find out at 830 like who that is. If it's someone of size, they're all going to dump into it. Because that's the high of the day. So where's that frenzy at? 803 is looking good. There's a lot of lower support. 818. A lot of 818 flashes, but not of size just yet. Oh, there we go. 243,000. That's good size. So we're getting close. 820. 820, baby. Come on. Let's take a high of the day test. Almost there. Slowing down a little bit. people aren't quite sure it's getting close. Like the bulls are like, well, should I cross and take the high of the day like a dipshit? Or is everyone going to sell into me? Like it looks good. The way that this is building up too is that when it does cross 830, it looks like it's going to explode. I could see an overarching candle here, like a pretty good one. Especially like if you look right back here, someone tried right there. They shot a candle between 830 and 787. So 830 is going to be a big test right now. Come on, baby. Let's go. This one reloaded 2 million plus again at 820. Huh. Man, I just did not have enough amp. I should have way more. Okay. That is a string of sell. That's interesting. Sizable too. We're pushing into somebody. Whoever it is staying committed as well for the buying. They're not fake buyers. So that looks good too. A lot of times you'll see that string of red and they'll just fall away. There we go. 824 flashes. Whew. That 830 flash is going to be exciting. Come on. God, this is better than watching like Mike Tyson box. Like you know he's going to knock the guy out any second. You're just like, which one's it going to be? Any second now you're going to get that check and we're going to find out everything we've been waiting to find out. Secondary high of the day check on a 61% up runner. Does everyone from low take gains? Have they taken gains? We're about to find out. So close. So close. Oh my God, so exciting. 826s, 827s. Ooh, here it comes. Spread staying pretty tight. Between 2 and 3. Hundredths of a cent. Oh God, come on. Here we go. 829. Oh, this is about to be exciting. Not seeing the rise in volume just yet. Oh, there it is. 830. They're checking through them. 831, 830, 830, 829, 829. So someone did take that off. They're trying to get out a little bit. 830 is holding. Oh, high of the day check. We've went to 831. New high of the day. Oh, we only need a 1/10 of a cent for ourselves. In fact, 1/100th of a cent. 2/100ths of a cent. Come on, baby. Oh, 30's got dirty. Someone just dropped 235 on that. Oh, 30's a little fishy. Ah, it's a little fishy. Come on, baby. 831. So this tells us it may overflash because the volume isn't there. It's going to fill us, and I'm probably going to be able to rebuy a lower region. Bam, filled. All right, 8,686.65 off our $4,000 we put in. Looking really good. The volume did not come in like I had hoped. It still might come in down 834 over the top. It's looking pretty decent. I'm going to look for a retrace later, maybe down at 730. I might be interested in going again, trying to capture 5-10%. But for now, thanks for watching. Glad we could see this together. Good luck. Happy hunting. Peace.